Hey, it's Alvin from Priceline Pharmacy, West Brunswick, and today I want to go through with you the 3 common mistakes that people make in treating their hay fever. So hay fever is pretty prevalent this time of the year, especially in West Brunswick with all the trees and all the pollen floating around the air. And in the pharmacy, we see 3 common mistakes that people make when treating their hay fever. So the first mistake that people make is that they're just using an antihistamine tablet only. So it's recommended, first line is that you use a corticosteroid nasal spray. So a lot of people are a little bit put off by the word steroid and using using a spray that contains a steroid, but I must reassure you that it is such a low dose steroid spray that we apply directly to the nasal passages, and it works a lot better than using a tablet on its own. Plus it works really well in conjunction with a tablet. So these corticosteroid nasal sprays, what they do is reduce the swelling in the nasal passages and also make your nasal passages less sensitive to the pollen. And in the long run, you'll find it to be super useful in managing your hay fever. So of course the spray is not for everyone and it does contain some side effects. So please make sure you come and speak to one of our pharmacists and we can determine the right one for you. The second mistake that people make when treating hay fever is they're not using a preservative-free saline spray. So saline's really important, whether you use it in the form of a spray or in the form of a nasal irrigation. It just flushes out any excess pollen from your nasal passages. It also hydrates and moisturizes your nasal passages, and you're just going to feel a million times better. The third mistake that people make when treating hay fever is they're not using a decongestant spray. So quite often it's really bad, your hay fever, and your spray and your steroid spray and your antihistamine tablets just haven't kicked in yet. And you can actually use a preservative-free decongestant spray, which works really well for the first few days in relieving your congestion and your sneezing and other symptoms until your cortisone nasal spray kicks in and your tablets kick in. So there you go, guys. They're the 3 common mistakes that people make when treating their hay fever. Of course, if you come in and speak to us, come and speak to one of our pharmacists and wellness consultants. We will direct you in the right way to treat your hay fever. If you have any questions, please make sure that you leave them in the comments below and we will surely answer them. Thank you.